This message goes out to any Canadians that can't find a job right now, especially the younger groups. Immigrants are not taking your job. The hiring managers just don't want to hire you. Trust me, I used to think that too. Like, you hear it all the time, like, why are the Tim Hortons employees always Indian? And I was wondering that too until I actually asked the hiring managers. And you know what they told me? It's because those Indians are actually reliable. Those immigrants that came from another country are fighting for their lives every single day. These hiring managers know and understand that these people need a job. Like, they will be showing up every single time, because if they get fired, they're. And with the current trend of Gen Z students literally saying, oh yeah, I want to make money, but I don't want to work. Do you think the hiring manager is really going to choose you if that's your mindset? These hiring managers literally tell me all the time, like, yeah, they're always late. They never show up. Sometimes they do, but they miss days here and there. Like, you will not get that with an immigrant. Now, this doesn't apply to every single job, but I'm just saying for a lot of these jobs, like, this is the reason. And trust me, there are so many jobs that immigrants won't qualify for. Like, most of the high paying jobs require for you to have good English, like proficient English. It's mostly like the minimum wage ones. Now, I know there is also the economic factor, but I'm simply debriefing what I know from what hiring managers told me, okay? I am also a student who was struggling really hard to find a job, but at some point, I just had to hold myself accountable and figure out, why is this happening? There is always a way to cheat the system. So instead of complaining about not being able to get a job, maybe just adjust your strategy, because there are people getting hired, right? Not just the Indians or the immigrants.
I'm definitely not going to disagree with anything that this lady said, because a lot of what she said is absolutely true. You have immigrants that come in this country, and trust me, they're happy to be in this country. They want to stay here, and they're going to work their butt off. And I respect that. I respect anybody who has a hard work ethic. But one thing I can also say is that a lot of times they're probably scared as well. They're probably scared that if they do miss a day, that they will get fired, because maybe they're intimidated by the manager. Because the manager knows that they're a temporary foreign worker, that he or she can say whatever they want to them, and they're just going to do it. And that I don't respect. But the hard work ethic, definitely, they're going to show up every day. They don't have a lot of options, so they're going to work at a Tim Hortons. Now let's get to the Canadian student. Let's get to the Canadian teenager, or just an average Canadian that's looking for a job. This lady is also right in terms of, you do have workers that don't want to show up for work, or they come in late, or they're inconsistent. Yeah, you have a good portion of that, but it's not every Canadian. And for them to just say, well, screw it, I'm not going to hire any Canadians or Gen Zs that were born in Canada, is not the solution. And that I can't respect. My theory is that the country, province, whoever, should have a percentage point. They should have a cutoff point. Yes, temporary foreign workers need jobs. Yes, we got Canadian teenagers, we got Gen Zs, we got regular Canadians that need a job. But it should be at a percentage. If you have a hiring crew of, let's say you need 20 people, it should be 50-50. You got to at least hire half of them have to be Canadians, or 60 or 75% of them have to be Canadians. And if you can't get that high number because of the turnover rate or whatever, then it can be adjusted, but you have to submit it to the government or whatever. I don't know. I just think there is ways to beat this, because there is absolutely no way we should be going into another spring or summer and teenagers are complaining that they can't get a job. Yes, there is jobs out there, but temporary foreign workers should not get first hand. There should be a quota. There should be a cutoff point, because we have to look out for Canadians first, Canadians who live in this country. You can't have Canadians in this country and they can't pay their bills. And it's just beyond ridiculous. And even now, like, we have a current prime minister who obviously doesn't give a crap about how Canadians think. It's all about being friendly with the rest of the world before caring for its own people. But I don't know. This does answer the question: why does Tim Hortons have so many Indians in perspective working there? Because let's just be real. Most of the immigrants that come are from India, and you know, this lady, she does answer the question quite thoroughly, but it does not give the excuse for Tim Hortons or any other store to completely just hire one group. And I'm not talking ethnicity, like I'm talking temporary foreign workers. They should not be like, well, that's the only people we're going to hire. There needs to be a quota or a cutoff point. Let me know your thoughts. Share and subscribe to Born with Purpose. I'm your host of this channel, D.A. Bourne. And until the next video, I'm out. God bless. Peace.